Good morning, y'all. Okay, this is a video on how I discovered and identified the Cherokee connection in my line. Okay, and it was a happy accident. I was actually trying to trace Grandma Luisa's parents, and I was using test parents that were native that I found in Family Search just to see if I had DNA matches to them. So what I was doing is I took Grandma Luisa and I plugged in the set of parents that would have fit the date and time, a different location, but I was like, it's just a test, right? So I plugged them in, filled it out to 5 generations, waited 24 hours, come back. The through lines populated, the DNA populated. What I mean by that is if on Ancestry's new update, if you turn them on, you can click on that 5th great grandparent and it'll tell you everybody that's related to you through that 5th great grandparent through DNA matches. So you're either related to them or you're not. Like, it's a great way to test your tree. All right, so I filled this out and I found Jonathan Blythe. I matched the crap out of him, okay? He's related to me, but I don't have him anywhere else in my tree. And his descendants, I did not match as well. So I was like, I think I have the wrong children underneath him in my tree. Let me go back and take a look at all of his children. Well, lo and behold, I saw the name Parker. Now, all the way on my dad's side of the tree, I have had a 3rd great grandmother, last name Parker, that I have not been able to get past either. And I forgot about her for a long time. I haven't even touched her. She's from North Carolina. I was like, I just can't find anything. It's got to be a same name issue or something. Like, I just could not get past her. She was married into my Moors. All right. So I went and took a look at all of Jonathan's children, found that Parker, and I was like, you know what? Just for test's sake, I'm going to take all of these people out of Grandma Louisa's line and I'm going to slide them over with that Parker name and I'm going to put them under my Grandma Parker and populate it out and then come back and see what we get. And y'all, just by that simple swap, every person leading up to Jonathan, I'm related to. So I figured it out. I was like, you got to be shitting me. Some of these lines I've been struggling with for like 5 years, and I knew we had Cherokee. I just didn't know where in my tree, and I only had a certain amount of spots that weren't filled. So I was like, is somebody like undercover? Because I'm struggling. I found a lot of German. I found a lot of Netherlands. I found a lot of French, but I wasn't finding any Cherokee, but I knew that the Moors were over in North Carolina. So I was like, there's got to be a tie-in there somewhere. I'll circle back to that. And then I just never went back and looked at that line. But let me show you what it's looking like. Okay, so here are the Parkers. This is my Elizabeth. I knew it was short for Elizabeth, but I just had Eliza in there because everybody else did. Here's her dad, Jonathan. Here's her mother, Leoma. Jonathan's father, William. Jonathan's mother, Martha. Jonathan Blythe. And Nancy Shoup. Okay, so now that I've plugged all these people in, this is what I did last night. I plugged these people in and filled out the tree, right? If I am correct, and these are the correct parents, right? I should have DNA matches to this Parker. So this is where you're going to go here. And if you don't have that feature turned on, I can tell you quickly how to turn that on. All right. If he was not my grandfather, then I would not have all these cousin matches, right? Okay. Are we tracking? All right, now let's take a look at Martha. Is she correct? DNA matches. Looks like she's correct too. All right, so we got the right Parker grandparents. And we already know I'm related to Jonathan because he was our test grandpa. Now let's go look at Nancy. Am I related to her? Look at that. I don't care what nobody says. This update is freaking amazing. This update has allowed me to identify that all 4 of those 5th grade grandparents are in fact DNA matched to me. So I have the right people in the right spot in my tree now. Now I just have to go back and add all the documents. I believe Nancy Shoup Barnes is Eastern Band Cherokee. Jonathan, his line is Eastern Band Cherokee. I don't know what to say. Like, that was such a happy accident. And it all started stemming from me just testing out different parents for a whole nother person on my mom's side of the tree. This is my dad's side of the tree. I knew I had native on both sides, but I didn't know who went where, you know what I'm saying? And so when I started digging through all of it, I, of course, have identified all the Matakoa and Cherokee lines. So now that I identified that, I moved past that. I don't even talk about them anymore because, like, I'm good. Like, I got them. They're taken care of. But I still knew I had Cherokee Lumbee tied into North Carolina. Now I'm able to place it. And that was my highest match on my tribes. Next up is going to be Grandma Louisa, and I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to keep testing parents in that spot and using that DNA feature to kind of identify, am I related to this person? Because I can put people in all day long, but if I'm not showing any DNA matches to that person, they might look good on paper, but I'm not blood related to them. So I have the wrong people in there. So this is going to really streamline your guys' DNA research, and I'm so excited for that. Let me show you real quick how to turn that feature on, just in case you didn't know. And so amazing. Okay, if you haven't turned this on in your tree, go here and go to tree viewing options. It's going to open up this tab. Turn all of those on except for spouses. And happy hunting! Yay!